It is with a very heavy heart that I make this video here and now. Hey guys, Sonic Smash Bro. here, and if I sound more out of it than I usually am, it's because I have had to come to a very, very unfortunate decision. As things are now with the current state and the upcoming state of the Speed Duel format, Synchron as it is now, no matter what skill is used, just can no longer keep up. There is no possible way. No matter what way you look at it, Synchron is just in a position where it's completely outdated. I've done all that I can to push the absolute limit and see just where Synchron can go, even in the current day and age, over this past year. From Shooting Star getting access to Cyber Synchron, to Tech Genus expansion actually coming to the game finally, to Bond Illuminates still just being the better skill and getting more and more tools to actually work with. And I feel like at the end of the day, Synchron just doesn't have it anymore. I say this for a couple of reasons, and the big one obviously being modern skill design is just absolutely broken. Meanwhile, every single skill of Yusei's that's, unique to him and relevant is outdated. But let's look back on each of these. The OG Shooting Star Road is pretty much where it all began for Synchron. And for a while it was good. For a while it was really good. And even earlier in the 2024 formats and Duel Links, Shooting Star could still hold up as it gained more tools over time. But it became too graveyard reliant. It auto lost the DD Crow. And that was just too big of a deal to ignore. So we needed help from the Speedway package, Paratop, Car Turbo, and Hagoida. And it worked. At least it's immune to Nibiru, even if you do get the big combo. But it's not enough. Because, as you can see, this skill is very old school, requiring actual restrictions in the deck proper, and so on and so forth. Bond Illuminates, I still think is the best skill for Yusei currently, and, well, unless we get one that's new and for, the modern support, which I doubt we're gonna get, it's going to stay that way. But even then, this skill is outdated. It doesn't generate advantage for free. It requires you to give up a back row slot for Synchro Chase, which, really good card, but at the same time, it isn't super amazing. And sure, the extra deck is kind of versatile, but even so, it's just not enough. Not with the current stuff that's running around. Now, Tech Genus expansion is probably the most played Synchron skill at the moment. And honestly, I think the skill sucks. I already said before that the skill sucks. I've gone over why. And it should be pretty obvious as to why. For example, I have literally had situations where I have gone against Synchron with, say, pure Floral Knight's floor build, and proceeded to OTK, even after they got the Quasar. That should tell you something. They got the Quasar combo for Excel Synchro on opponent's turn, and still got OTK. What does that say? Or was it a different combo altogether? I forget. But point is, playing it is... I love Synchron, don't get me wrong, but it's absolute hell. Facing it with modern stuff just goes to show how outdated Synchron is when you can just easily break through them and they're just done for. And going into 2025, with how much more stuff is getting added for Synchron to deal with, like, we're getting Rainbow Neos, Arm Neos, freaking Tri-Brigade. Why? It's impossible for Synchron to keep up at this point. There's no way. But I hate that I had to come to this decision because, as you all know, Synchron in particular was my passion. It's what I've grinded for the last 5 years. Since Master Rule 5 dropped, technically I played a little bit of, like, what if Speeder was in Master Rule 3, but once Master Rule 5 came around, it was Synchron pretty much exclusively. And even in Master Rule 4, like, Synchro Summoning was at the core of my game. Like, I tried to do Warrior Engine for Synchro, I tried to do freaking, you know, Infernal Fire Warrior Synchro, using the heroes as a Warrior Engine for Synchro, level 1s for Synchro with Halka Fibrax and Auroradon, which is an actual thing that worked, by the way. It was kind of funny. And of course, Guard Dragon Quasar, where one card was basically a Quasar Blazar plus 8, which in Master Rule 4 was insane. But, that said, it's no longer enough. We don't have enough at this point, and we've run out of Moment of a Duel Runner. We have nothing left. I pushed Synchron to what I feel is its absolute limit, and this is as far as the journey can go. Now, I do want to state, will I go back if we get more support? Depends on what we get. I think we honestly need Speeder at this point. Some people have, you know, given me shit saying Speeder would be broken. That's in part because Wheel can be treated as a non-tuner, Wheel Synchron. But with as dumb as a lot of stuff is, and how much dumber the format's been getting over this last year, even though this ban list that just happened for Speed Duel was great, it was amazing, this is the end of the road for Synchron, at least as far as the current state of it goes. I feel like I pushed, like, Synchron as far as I can, and it can't go any further. It's a struggle. It's
I'll prove that nothing and no
one that I normally love playing,
if I must defeat
and then you get
anyway,
situations like you see here.
better now than later. Duel.
I mean, granted, like,
Eclipse
Eclipse makes that not matter, but still. Well, that
I end my turn.
It is my turn. I never expected I had to use this against you. I draw from my
That
hand.
said, in terms of,
Activate a spell
like,
card.
the future of Synchron and Synchro Summoning for
I
me,
activate my
with
monsters
Synchron
effect.
now being,
All right.
unfortunately,
I special
left
summon a
behind,
monster. Appear.
where do I go from
summon
here?
a monster. Come here. I exceed summon a monster.
Well, that brings up a couple of things. Will I go back to Tribe in new support if we get new support, which I doubt we ever will, given, you know, Konami seems to hate Synchro in general as a mechanic.
Effect Veiler from my hand to activate its effect. It negates your monster's effects until the end of the turn.
This is the card I sent. I activate a continuous spell.
I just don't know.
Continuous spell.
I hope we get, like, more support. We need more support. Granted, so the rest of 5Ds outside of 4 for that matter, so it means they're skill locked to Sherry's actual cards.
With that,
like, please.
It's my turn. I draw. I set a card. I end my turn.
It is my turn. I draw. All right. I summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect. Now is your time. I special summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect. All right.
And just with that said, I'll definitely try the new support if it ends up being new support that's actually worthwhile. Like, say we get Satellite Warrior for Excel Synchro plays, I might try that.
I activate a quick play spell.
That would genuinely be amazing.
My monster's effect. I activate my monster's effect. All right. I special summon a monster.
I know
Like, theoretically, like, let's say we have the Jet and Doppel combo.
I activate my monster's effect.
What you want to do is, during the Excel Synchro, you chain 1 Synchro Chase, chain 2 Satellite Warrior. Because what Satellite Warrior does is, when Synchro summoned, you can target cards on the opponent's field up to the number of different Synchro monsters in your graveyard and blow them up. You also gain attack points for that, which is really, really good.
I special summon a monster.
So, theoretically, what you do
my monster's effect.
is, in that situation, assuming you have the Jet and Doppel combo, you have 3 Synchro monsters in your graveyard. You have your Crystal Wing that you're about to bring back. You have your Tatsunoko. Actually, no, that's 4, because you also have Formula, and you have your Catapult Warrior. So you get to blow up 4, and then bring back your Crystal Wing for 2 negates 1 Crystal Wing. That's something I would consider coming back for.
Each card has power waiting to be unleashed.
Granted, it wouldn't be enough. Now, Junk Speeder, I think, is the core thing that Synchron needs right now. I know, again, like, I have been bitched at for saying that, but look at the state of the game right now. We have searchable kaijus that, you know, are free board breaks. Look at Predator, which, because that one's tied to a skill, you can't respond. Now, I know some people try to say that Hydra's not a kaiju because it summons to Yuri's field. It doesn't matter because it's tributing your monster as a cost for their resource. That's what kaijus generally referred to as.
Level 5, Catapult Warrior. I activate a continuous spell.
And Cyber Dragon, for some reason, can run Juzakiru. That's really annoying. That's just really annoying. Anyway. We have stuff like that. We have Lyrilusk in general. Even with the nerfs, they're still really good. We have Floor still being able to abuse basically everything because their skill isn't restricted. We have Star Seraph, where they can just constantly generate resources, even though they're not as tiered as they used to be. They're still really good. And Synchron just can't keep up with a lot of this.
My friend, very soul, Red Dragon Archfiend.
Thank God RDA showed up here, by the way, because this would have been an obvious select.
Now is your time. Now is your time.
A duelist job.
RDA clutch moment one last time.
Battle. Red Dragon Archfiend attack. Red Dragon Archfiend attack. Black Winged Dragon.
But,
Shadow Squall Blast.
Believable.
yeah, no. At this point,
Livestream Dragon attack.
as I mentioned, Synchron is basically run out of moment in the door. We need a change of tires, we need new support. We just need new support in general.
You were much more powerful than I
And
expected.
that also brings up
This
the other
is the
question, because
strength
even
of
if
our
I'm climbing the
friendship.
king of games with different decks, I always bring Synchron out for KC Cups and whatnot. Will I continue to do that? Probably not. Maybe, I don't know, but all the same, as much as I love Synchron, the fact of the matter is it just can't keep up. In fact, this replay is going to be a prime example of what I mean. If this guy wasn't stupid at what he did here, he had a way to take me down, like, within that same turn. But he threw so badly, it's kind of ridiculous.
Allow me to express my pain.
Let's
Let's
Duel.
duel.
It's go time.
You'll see what I mean.
My turn. Each card has... I flip over my face-down card. I activate the tuner monster junks Synchron's effect.
This is payback. My monster's effect activated.
I set a card. I end my turn.
Here I go. It's my turn. I draw.
Yeah, funny you, Bell, go burr.
Allow me to express my pain.
And so again, you're giving players like this who can't read card effects, Rainbow Neos and Arm Neos, because you want to enable the idiots even harder, but you won't give us Junk Speeder when the 5Ds cast in general just needs something, anything at this point.
When you will terror in
Like, where's our Soul Resonator, Vision Resonator, Flame Crime, Bone Archfiend, freaking...
card.
Maybe Tech Genius can get over Dragonar? I don't know.
You're not the only one full of surprises.
Red Rose Dragon, that'll probably be like a 3 on release.
You're not the only one full of surprises.
Because Red Rose was kind of dumb for its
Here's
time.
my face-down card. It's go time. I draw. Okay. I summon a monster. The tuner monster. I synchro summon a monster.
You get the idea. The point is, just... a lot of this stuff just can't keep up anymore.
I activate my monster's effect.
And I would
Tuner
never
monster
ask for
jumps
Barone. It's already
Synchron.
skill locked to a bad skill, and that's where it should stay.
Coalesce into a single star. Let's rev it up. Synchro summon.
But, nonetheless. As is now, this is the last time you're going to be seeing Stardust, at least for a long time. Again, should Synchron get the modern support that it needs, I'll probably go back.
A duelist's job is to give life to their cards.
But, as is now, this is the end of the road.
Sword to power, Black Winged Dragon! The mighty, the majestic, Ancient Fairy Dragon! Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect activates! The tuner monster effect failure! Okay! I synchro summon a monster! Each card has pop... Evolve! I end my turn.
Here I go. It's my
I just don't know what to say, man.
Draw.
It hurts.
Come, elemental
And I
hero
hate that I had to
Neos.
come to this decision because, like I said, I love Synchron to pieces. And here's where he throws ridiculously hard, by the way.
From my hand, I activate a spell. Come here. Ice time for battle. You bell the ultimate nightmare attacks. Prepare for an endless
Either way.
sleep.
So, the question now becomes,
Ultimate nightmares
with
effect
Synchron being retired, where do I go from here?
It's your own fault. My monster attacks. My monster's effect activates.
There's a few things I
Use
was
my
suggested.
face-down card.
The big one
activate a
being I was
quick
suggested to
spell.
run the Infernoble
I
package with,
reveal my
like,
face-down
Charles,
card.
Roland, and
Activate
just
a quick
Infernobles in
spell.
general.
You're not
possible, but it's either I'd have to rely on Salamander and Phoenix, which I still see is a bad skill, people don't realize that, or the Fleur engine, and you already know how I feel about Revolution de Fleur being used as an engine skill.
Let's go. My monster
How's this for an
attacks.
answer? I activate my monster's effect.
Leo's wise man's effect activates. Actually target me.
As a duelist,
But, yeah, no. At that point, I also don't have Infernal fully built, but I did come to a decision on what to focus on for the time being. There is, in fact, a Synchro-focused deck that I have fully built, ready to go, that can actually keep up with current stuff. So, my Synchro summoning roots will not be dropped. Far from it, in fact. Synchro summoning will live on, even with Synchron being put on the back burner. We just need a change of tires and a change of dual runner for the time being. What do I mean, you might ask? We are moving over to Synchro Magician. Now, for the profile, I gave it to Yuya, because he didn't have anything yet, and also summon animation purposes. However, when I am playing serious with Synchro Magician, it is going on Yuga. As proof of concept, Yugo also has Odd Eyes Wing Acceleration, so he can play the exact same deck. Now obviously I'm still making modifications compared to the profile version of the build, so we'll see where it goes from here. I do need some more options into Cyber Dragon, because otherwise this is an auto-lose. But other than that, that's about it. So, for the time being, Synchro Magician will be my main focus. As since I played Pendulum Magician a lot back in Master Duel 4 as a co-main to deal with Nibiru, I still at the very least feel right at home. So, I don't feel like I'm giving up, like, completely on something I love. And I mean, hey, as you can see back there, we do still have a Synchron, I guess. This hurts. It hurts that I have to make this decision. It hurts that I have to put Synchron down for the time being. But Synchro summoning will live on this channel, don't worry. At least know that that is definitely the case. So, that's all I have to say for now. But, until the next video, whenever it might be, or whenever Synchron eventually gets new support that it actually sorely needs. Later, guys. This hurts, man. This really hurts.